Welcome to the McAllister Report. We join John McAllister, top football evaluator, as he shares wisdom and interviews coaches and athletes from around the country. Enjoy today's podcast.
Good morning. This is John McAllister with the John McAllister Report. And today I am so excited because I have a guest who plays for the Washington Commanders, went to school at college at Cincinnati, and went to high school at Walnut Ridge High School in Columbus, Ohio, an inner city school. I appreciate him very much. He has worked very, very hard to get there. Darrick Forrest Jr., I've known for years, and he played it, like I said earlier, he played at Walnut Ridge. He was a three-star coming out, only offered by MAC schools, ended up getting into Cincinnati, and he ended up starting for 2 years as free safety, and he ended up getting drafted by the Washington Commanders, had a pretty good so-so first year. Second year, he ended up starting the whole season, and he's done a tremendous job. What I like about Darrick is he talks about attitude and trusting and all these things. He doesn't gloat, and I wouldn't let him gloat about interceptions and I think 49 solo tackles and building himself up to 6 foot, 200 pounds, and he can run. He doesn't talk about those things. He just talks about what it takes to be successful, and he surely deserves it. So if you'll sit back and watch my podcast with Darrick Forrest Jr., who now plays for the Washington Commanders in the NFL. My guest, as I said earlier, is Darrick Forrest Jr., and I know him back the Walnut Ridge High School, and we were joking before we got on the air about the old days. And, Darrick, and we'll talk to him in just a second, but he is the poster boy for being a three-star, for playing and getting MAC offers, but getting into Cincinnati, and the rest is history. So I'm going to let you let Darrick talk about what's going on right now. I mean, this past year, where are you? What are you doing? And things like that.
Got you, man. So thank you for having me, man. It's definitely been a long time. But this year was a great year for me. I've grown so much. I've learned so much. Definitely hasn't been an easy process. But this year was a growing year and learning year for me. It was my first year being an NFL starter. It was my first year really getting out there and learning that the NFL is harder than you think, man. There's a million different schemes. There's a million different route combinations. There's a million different formations, man. And it's all about really preparation, man, your effort, and reading your keys. You'll learn so much throughout the process that you'll have it's repetition, and it's muscle memory, man. So once you get out there and you start learning things, you start seeing things, it's like muscle memory, man. It's like you washing your hands, man. Once you wash your hands so many times, you know how to get it perfect.
I totally agree with you. And the more I've worked, I don't read the NFL stuff and talk to NFL players. Everybody's smart. I mean, you think these big offensive linemen and defensive linemen, they're smart and they're athletic. Those two things. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes it's a misconception is that, they're big, dumb people, and they're not. They're athletic. You look big and heavy, but boy, you look at those skinny ankles and they can all move.
And they all can move.
Most of them have a great desire to be there. I'm sure some don't. And if you don't have, you're a defensive back for the Commanders and Washington Commanders. And I will tell you, I talked to the late Gary Moeller once. I was watching a Bengals practice, and I said, man, and it's helped me. I said, how do you, he coached tight ends. He
Yeah.
said, I said, how do you put up with those defensive backs and their attitudes and things like that? And listen, he said, John, if they don't have that, they'll get killed.
Man,
He said, if they
I'm
don't,
telling you,
if they don't have that attitude, they'll get killed.
Man, because those are fast, and you'll see it coming.
What's that?
I said, because those linemen climb fast, man. You'll see them coming.
Well, that's good. Let's talk about, let's do you some justice now. Okay. Let's start back. No, let's stay with the pros, with the NFL. You know,
Okay.
you were 163rd draft choice. Okay. What, 6th round, I think, or 5th round? Someplace in there. Okay.
Fifth,
You came in, you had a pretty good year your first year. Now, this is your second year, right?
Sir.
Okay. Tell me what made you, because I know, but what made you better the second year? Tell us the process that you did.
Got you. So, really,
in the summer.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
Okay, I read where you worked really hard in the summer. You studied videotapes in the summer.
Yes, sir.
That rolled into the preseason, and they said, you know, he's really working hard, and they gave you a shot. Tell me about your first game.
Got you. Oh, my first game was actually, it was excellent. Like, I couldn't have asked for like a better game, man. I'm telling you, God bless me. But the first game was definitely, it was a new experience for me because I never started in the past. You know, my first season, I spent half of the season on injury reserve, came back, played the second half of the season on special teams. So when I got out there that first game, man, the only thing I was thinking in my mind is let's do my job. So I was really going out there with the excitement and energy, and I just wanted to do my job, man. And then the excitement transferred to, you know, the energy around me, you know, like the guys, once I started making plays and the energy, it translated through everyone, man. And it was like a spark. It was like a boost. So I went out there. I played a great game, man. I ran my keys, and I ended up with the game-winning interception, man. So definitely was a blessing. And it was like a moment of clarity for me because it showed that I'm going to be a wrecking force in this league, and that you know, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard, man. I've seen it a million times.
And you
I've
belong.
seen it a million times. I'm telling you.
That's really good, Darrick. Really good. Now, 163rd draft choice. I guess that's better than 164, but that's still
No
you worked hard to get there. Now let's go
Absolutely.
back to Cincinnati. When you went to Cincinnati, you were and I don't believe in the star system, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You were a 3-star, supposedly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
you went to Cincinnati, and then you, as a defensive back, as a safety, and then what was that like? What did you, when you went there? Okay, I want kids to jump into your shoes right now. What did you do at Cincinnati to prove yourself?
Got you. So at Cincinnati, I proved myself off the field. It started in the weight room. You spend most of your time with your strength coaches, man, and you'll build a lot of trust and respect with those guys. And as long as you got the trust and respect with those guys, you'll get better, man. And if you go in there every day with the mindset that you're going to work, that you're going to, you know, be coachable, that you're going to improve, and that you're going to get better each and every day, each and every year, you're going to be all right, man. You can't go into college with the mindset that things are going to be easy, that you're going to go in, start in. You got to go in with the mindset that you're going to have to outwork somebody and you're going to have to take somebody's spot. It's the harsh reality of the game, but that's what you got to do. If you're not going to have that mindset, it's going to be tough it's going to be tough in college for you. You're going to struggle. You're going to hit adversity. You're going to hit a wall, and you're not going to be able to keep pushing because you don't have a good motivation for why you're out there doing it, man. So if I'll say, once you get to college, man, you have to be focused. You gotta minimize and you gotta work, man. I'm telling you, it's 90% work, man. And then I'll say it's like 10% mental. It's like it's more physical than mental, man. You got to go in there. You got to get your body ready to play. You got to get your mind ready to play. And then once you do that, you'll go out there and you'll allow yourself to play fast. You'll allow yourself to play consistent.
That's so true. I will tell you a kind of a joke on that. I did a interview with he went to Michigan, and he's from Sugar Creek, Garraway, small school. And he said, Mr. McAllister, he said, man, he said, it was tough. He said, I'm from a small school and I'm blocking all Americans in practice.
Mm-hmm.
You're covering all American wide receivers. And but the other thing he said in high school, we'd practice it in the morning, go home for lunch, or hang around and stuff like that, and go and go back to second practice. He said in college at Michigan, well, this is every place. He said we got there at 7:30 in the morning and left at 10:30 at night. He said,
yes, sir.
That's all we did.
That's camp. So, that's camp for you, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
But you gotta love it, man.
Did you find if you don't, you're in trouble? Now there are guys, even in the college level, and I don't know so much about pros, they like it, but they don't love it. And in college, I think there's more of that than and if you don't love it, you'll get kicked out almost, or you'll quit.
Oh, no, for sure. I feel like in college, I feel like that's where the weeding process starts, where they start weeding the guys out that don't have the mentality, they don't have the mindset, they don't have the driving force, they don't have a work ethic, none of that thing. So in college, that's easy for them to pick you out. They're going to do things like mat drills, man. Mat drills are 5 a.m. drills where you come in and they're going to put you to work for 2 hours straight. You're going to feel like you're going to want to die. You're going to be in there exhausted. You're going to be out of energy. You're going to be throwing up. And they just want to push you past your breaking point. And that's all it really is, man. And, you got to stay strong, man. I'm telling you, these things are challenges, and they're just challenges. And once you overcome these challenges, you're going to keep getting better. You're going to keep overcoming these challenges, and it's going to keep you developing. It's going to keep you getting stronger, everything mentally.
Well, that's so true. My golly, I just think I know you know what you're talking about, obviously, but I agree with you. And the other thing is, a lot of places, Luke Fickle's not standing over looking at you either, is he? Coach Fickle's not. He's a dude now, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He told me, he jokes with me all the time. He says, "Yeah," he said, "if they get a little cocky, I'll just wrestle with them on the mat. See how good they are."
He's 4-time state champ. I believe, man. If I'm not getting that wrong, but I'm good on wrestling him, man. That's a huge human being, man.
Yeah, he's tough, and he'll do a good job at Wisconsin. Okay.
Oh, so, no, absolutely.
And then you've really discussed the work ethics with going to college. Now, what about high school? Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to. I'm old. I don't know if I'm supposed to use the word inner city, but you can fire me or whatever you want to do.
That's the perfect way to explain it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's inner city. To me,
that's exactly what it is.
I think you guys get. Oh, I don't want to get into this stuff, but I've been around long enough. You're getting messed over. The city gets messed over.
Definitely. And it's always been like that, They just overlook us because it's such a huge school district, man, and then it's so many people, and and a lot of it's so many male boys that go to our schools, but they don't play sports, and that's what really it doesn't help us.
Well, I'm going to talk more about it, but here's the thing too, and I've said this before. When I started, I've been doing it over 30 years. When I first started, I don't want to use schools, but like in say not Mifflin, Brookhaven was the premier school back then.
Brookhaven was that was like the mecca.
But so many schools in Akron and Cleveland, they'd have like 7 or 8 coaches lined up on the sidelines, all dressed out, looking good, but probably 3 of them knew what they were doing, and the other 5 were just trying to help out. And all they tell you was, you dumb butt. You didn't say butt. You dumb ass. You missed your block, or you did this.
Yeah.
Well, you fumbled. Well, you
Mm-hmm.
fumbled, and they would never. So, but it's changing, Coach.
Yeah.
All right, it's changing. And now guys are coming back. Guys are like, say, you're in the pros, but maybe someday you may come back and coach. And you're giving back, and I think that's what's huge. I don't want to preach on that.
For sure.
It's my 3-minute sermon on it's so important to come back. And,
for sure. Definitely.
But African-American kids relate to African-American adults. I mean, coaches a little bit better because they understand.
Sure.
I mean, and I'm that's
and it's easier
I
for
can
them to
talk
relate.
about this all day. But let's go back to high school.
Man.
Who was your best friend? Who was your buddy at Walnut Ridge? Who's the guy who was with you at every workouts and all that kind of stuff?
On a football stand side, I would say Mike Ayers, man.
Yeah.
And when it came to my class, man, it was me and Mike, bro. We both played safety, man. We were like this, man. I'm telling you, Mike Ayers, he's coming out this year, man. So I'm definitely wishing him good luck. But it was definitely Mike, man. We traveled to all the camps together. We went on the road or on a world tour, man. We've been to Cincinnati, to Kentucky. We'd have been down south, back up here, man. The camp circuit together, everything.
Did he go to Ashland then? Is that Mike? Who Ayers?
Mm-hmm. Mike Ayers.
He's going to get a look at now.
Ashland. Yeah.
He's got a heck of a job.
For sure. He was All-American He was an All-American this season, and I think last season, man. He's definitely been doing his thing.
We're good because my mind's getting tested because I remember you guys.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You even came, as you said, to my first combine.
Yep, scouting combine.
Give a little plug in here. Give a little plug here for your guy that trained you then.
Definitely, Darrick. Back then, I've been training with Hope Fitness, Darrick Alexander, ever since, man, and definitely upgraded. He's just pushed me. He pushed me past my limits, man. He prepared me for college. It's not really about going in there and just being macho, man. It's about going in there and learning, and it's going to take a lot of growing and a lot of obstacles to overcome in adversity before you can really reach your potential, man. So DA really just he started pushing me past my breaking point before anybody else did. He started having me in the mindset that I'm not going to be defeated. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to push past whatever this is because I've done it multiple times before. So it was nothing for my body to go out there and do it again.
That's really good. I agree. And he started from scratch, like all of us, but he's really built that program.
In his garage, man. In his garage.
He built that program up. Okay, that's really good. Let's talk about what energy do you bring to any team you've played on? What energy are you going to bring next year to the Commanders?
Got you. So the energy I love to bring, man, I love to bring excitement and leadership. I don't know. It's like once you get to a certain point in your life, it's not going to be a challenge for you to step out of your comfort zone and be a leader, especially being in the position I'm in now, becoming a leader on the Cincinnati football team, just developing trust in the locker room. That's really what it is, man. It's always having, the right mindset. It's always having the best interest of the players and the team, man. And, you really want to just be that guy that people can lean on and that they can trust, they can respect, and that they know is reliable, bro. So I just feel like that's what I'm going to be bringing to the field next year for sure, man. I'm going to be bringing the leadership, and then I'm going to be bringing energy and excitement, man. A lot of the time, people take away the fun in football, man. And once you go out there and you're not having fun anymore, it's now becoming seen as a challenge, or you're going out there and you're seeing football as another obstacle when it's really a place for you to go out there and express your emotions and be free, man, and have fun.
I agree with you. The other thing is, you've mentioned it probably 5 or 6 times, the word trust.
Yes, sir.
Trust. You've got to trust in
Absolutely.
yourself. You got to
Mhm.
trust in your abilities yourself. But also, I think trust is so important, and you do that by performance. I
Mhm.
think I mean,
Absolutely.
there are phony guys,
Mhm.
but they know you can. Guys have been
Yeah.
around. You can weed out the the phony guys. You can
Nah,
weed
for
those guys
sure.
out pretty. A little competitive, aggressive play can weed those guys out. Well,
Nah, no
this
lie.
is
It's not gonna be hard.
okay. What do you leave for your advice? And you've talked about trust, energy.
Mhm.
Now you started. I met you, I think, as a sophomore, maybe. I see Michael
Yeah,
was the other guy. I got to contact him. I'm going to get him on here.
for
But
sure.
you guys were like the Bobbsey twins. No, I'm joking
Literally.
with you. But you were
We
tight,
did
man.
everything together.
You were tight. And your dad's helped you. They
Mhm.
supported you. I think I saw you work out once at the D1, maybe. But your
Yep.
dads are
Yes,
there.
sir. Yes, sir.
And your dad supported you in a good way. And your head
Mhm.
coach back in there goes,
Yes,
he'd always
sir.
tell me,
My
he'd say,
guy.
John,
Coach Maddox.
huh?
Coach Maddox,
He's
my
always say,
guy.
John, I got a couple guys for you. I think I got a couple guys
Mhm.
for you. I think I got a couple guys. And I was at Walnut Ridge a couple times, the
No, for
games.
sure.
I really, I send this with Darrick. Your advice now, the coach is talking to you and you're getting ready to go out in competition. What is your advice to kids? And it can be white, black, green, but a football player. What is your advice to kids? Social
My advice
pressure.
to
Social pressure.
social pressure. Right now, man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really don't like to use social media because of so many negative aspects that people are going to throw at you. You know, people are going to throw so many. You know, they're going to put things on you that you never said. So, guys, right now, my advice to you guys from a social standpoint is to not use social media the wrong way. A lot of guys are out here, they're posting bad content. That's the way I see it. There's a lot of stuff that I feel like shouldn't be posted on the internet. For you to be, I understand that guys love to show themselves working, man, but in my mindset, you don't have to show everybody every time you're working. You know, you can go out there and you can work, and I feel like it's easier to work with no cameras, man, because you're not thinking about anything. You're just going out there with the mindset that I'm going to be putting in this work and it's going to get me better. A lot of people are using social media as outlets to flaunt, and
Right.
flex. That's the way that I see it, because they're posting stuff that doesn't relate to football, really, man. It doesn't relate to what the coaches are going to be looking for out of you, man. And a lot of people are focused on posting offers and stuff when you should be when you should be working on getting your craft better. You know, you should be working on your footwork. You should be watching film. And I just feel like guys are using social media the wrong way. Like in today's world, man. And a lot of guys are just wasting a lot of time on social media, man. You know, you're chasing
Right.
something that's not there. So
That
I would
is
just say right now, I would say don't be on there, doing the wrong things. So I'll say clean up your social media. So a lot of guys nowadays, they want to be foot in and foot out. You can't be on two sides of the street. You got to pick one way, and you got to go with it. It's hard, and I know because I come from that. But a lot of guys, you guys need to focus. You got to get your grades together. That's number one for sure. I'm going to tell you that was the number one killer for guys coming out of my class. They didn't have their grades together. They got the college, and they realized that you had a clearinghouse, and that your GPA had to match that your test scores. And a lot of guys didn't have a good GPA, so their test scores were lower, and they didn't clear the clearinghouse, man. So it's going to be so much, and it's not going to be easy, man. But you guys just had to stay focused for real.
I thank you very much for being on my podcast, my friend.
Man,
You
I'm
are,
telling you,
you are
because I see myself as a role model and a leader, man. But it's definitely a lot going on out here on social media and in the world that people are just guiding people in the wrong direction.
you are definitely a leader. You're definitely a poster boy for working hard and kind of being an underappreciated every place you've been, a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
I ain't gonna lie. It's something burning deep down inside me, man, when I don't get the recognition that I deserve, man. So it just keeps me working, man. It keeps me steady, keeps me consistent, and it never allows me to get complacent, man. A lot of guys get complacent once they reach where they feel like they deserve to be, and I don't feel like I deserve anything. I take what comes to me, man, and I take it all as a blessing.
Darrick, thank you very much for being on my
No
program.
problem,
Okay, appreciate it.
No problem. Oh, got you.